Capitol Hill, Democratic Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, chairman of the Immigration Task Force of the Democratic and Hispanic Caucuses. Congressman, thank you very much. How disappointed are you that the president, who promised at the beginning of the summer that there would be a plan, he would be taking executive action, he would do it at the end of the summer, and now, for clearly political reasons, White House officials acknowledge they're waiting till after the midterms?
Look, I cannot. There is no bottom to the disappointment that the community feels and that I share with them. I woke up this morning and I got to tell you, I was a little sad, and I've been fighting the whole weekend, and I felt a little sad, but I'm ready to continue the fight. You can't be discouraged, you can't be disillusioned. There are people that are being deported today, that were deported yesterday, that are going to be deported tomorrow. And it just seems to me, Andrea, just common sense, that if there's an American citizen woman and she has American citizen children and her husband doesn't have papers, we should figure out a way to get that husband their visa, especially if he's ready to go through a background check and get registered with the government and go through a criminal background check. It doesn't make any sense. There's 5 million American citizen children. Why should we put them through the horror of being separated from their moms and their dads? There's something we can do about it. And so, you know, a lot of people think, well, it's just a political decision, Luis. Why don't you quiet down? In 8 weeks, you're going to get what you want. Well, because there's a human cost to a lack of justice, to a lack of fairness. And I want Democrats to be transparent, right? I want us to say, this is what we believe, and sell it to the American people and make a strong argument to the American people, and not saying, well, you know, we're not going to trust you on election day to affirm or disapprove of us. We'll wait till after election day. That's part of what's wrong with Washington, D.C., I think.
Well, the counter argument is that if they lose the Senate, it's going to be even harder, and it's the red state senators who are pushing for delay. If they lose the Senate, it's going to even be harder to get anything meaningful done on immigration in a lame duck session or next year.
Yeah, but here's what you get. So that's kind of the smart politics, and sometimes you win with those kind of politics, right? And sometimes you lose. But you know what you never get? You never get fairness, you never get justice, and you never get public policy that you can be proud of. But let me just say this. Look, I have made my argument to the president, to this White House, to his cabinet. I lost that argument. I am now going to make sure that this Thanksgiving, by this Thanksgiving, the president has said, he didn't say, oh, Luis, you're wrong on the public policy. He didn't say that. He said, you're wrong on whether or not I have the power. He says, I have the power to do it. It's well established in the law. I'm going to do it. And here's what I believe. I am going to work to mobilize the immigrant community to say there should be the blessings of this Thanksgiving. And President Barack Obama, we're waiting for Thanksgiving, and we're waiting for the blessings of this Thanksgiving in which millions of families, immigrant families, can finally rejoice that they have an America in which they're being protected and included. And that's what I'm going to work, and I'm going to work outside in the neighborhoods throughout this great country of ours, and I'm going to work with government officials. I'm very delighted that, you know, we have a wonderful Homeland Security Secretary. He has an amazingly difficult job keeping us protected both from external and internal threats. But I believe he's a man of great compassion. And he's a man that understands that there is an urgency to his job to also make sure that there's fairness and equity in our immigration policy. And you know what? I'm not giving up on President Barack Obama. I say give us the blessings this Thanksgiving. But I do want to make one caveat. If the Republicans come back after the midterm elections and ask the President of the United States to delay his executive action, I say no, no, and no. The community will not tolerate another disillusionment.
And in fact, that was a perfect segue, because we're going to have Jeh Johnson, the Homeland Security Secretary, on tomorrow on 9/11. Thank you very much, Congressman Gutiérrez. Great to see you.
Thank you, Andrea.
And coming up.